What to Watch with Your Popcorn. I'm Rob.
And I'm Dave.
And today we're going to be filling out K2 Blue 7's request, which is a review of Joaquin Phoenix's film, I'm Still Here. The film is a mockumentary satire on celebrities who get caught up in their big egos while trying to find a new identity. And Joaquin Phoenix, he plays himself, who after hitting his peak, acting in the Johnny Cash biopic Walk the Line, he decides that he wants to retire from acting and start a hip-hop career. Dave, I really love this movie very much. To me, I could understand, even though this wasn't, if we had done this video when it first came out, we could have debated whether or not this movie was, a real documentary or a mockumentary. I mean, now it's come out that, it's not real and that it's fake. But I think that some of it was real. Like I've read like what it feels like where a character is stuck in what Hollywood wants him or her to be and telling themselves being told what to do, and he wants to go out and find himself.
I can't say the same. I didn't like this movie at all.
Well, what you didn't like about it?
To me, it was like watching another one of those reality shows, and it just it was just boring to me.
I felt like this movie was, in a way, parroting those reality shows, because they too have sometimes. Some of them do have big egos, and some of them after they leave their TV show, they try to break in and do something different that doesn't really work. Like they try to break into movies and record CDs, and they don't go anywhere. They're stuck in like crappy movies. I think that's what this movie is kind of satirizing. I think. When I first saw this, I thought, did this really happen? Because I went and researched and looked this up to see if Joaquin Phoenix had really actually quit acting, because I hadn't seen him in a movie in a long time, and so I went to see if he actually did start a rap career that failed and whatnot. But I didn't find anything, and then like you said, it turns out this isn't a true to life thing, but still this didn't work for me. Yeah.
And plus, the biggest thing that made me mad about this is how he used the F word as a crutch in this movie, horribly.
I don't think he used it as but I don't think he used it as a crutch. If you watch a lot of real documentaries where they follow stars, especially when they got big egos, they do talk like that, and they do talk down to people. Like if you watch with this movie, at first he's got his friends. They're like his court. He needs them to relieve the stress, and then over time, when he thinks he's got his career going and he's trying to record a CD and he might have a deal coming up, I think the rapper was Puff Daddy.
Yeah, Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
Sean Combs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what that was going with. I think, but what else that I liked about it? I mean, it's like you said, did this happen or didn't this happen? You can look at this film as two ways. You can look at it as an actual documentary where somebody is trying to change their career and they are obviously picking something that doesn't work, and they're going into a different. They're leaving their comforts. In this case, he's leaving his comfort zone of acting and going into uncharted, scary territory. Or you can look at it as a mockumentary satire where they're making, for example, teen stars that are trying to get out of the teen phase and they're trying to be taken seriously as an adult. In this film, Phoenix is trying to be taken seriously as a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
I saw it more as a satire and a bit of a performance art.
Yeah. I mean, it did. Because the way it went down, it looked like it actually happened. I mean, being that he was on the, when he's the scene where he's on the Letterman show and all that, and then the scene where he's on True Hollywood and all those other things that could have actually happened, and how they actually put that in.
That's probably what the filmmakers in Phoenix wanted. They wanted us to believe it so that this documentary could be real. Because if a bunch of people knew that this was fake, I don't think it would have worked, and I don't think people would have been quite as committed to this film. That's what I liked about this movie. It's a satire. It's making fun of people that have big egos. I mean, in real life, I don't know if Phoenix really had a big ego, but a lot of stars, especially reality stars that have big egos that are trying to go into something else and they're failing miserably, I think that's what this movie is satirizing and making fun of. And you said that it was boring. I mean, you didn't laugh at the scene where he's performing at that concert and he's yelling at the guy in the audience. You didn't think that was funny? He was losing it and he goes after the guy.
Not really, because I've seen a lot of these rap movies, and they basically tend to do that as in part of the performance just for kicks anyway. when you watch a lot of these other rap movies, especially with like Eminem.
And if this was not a hoax, or whether it was a hoax, Joaquin Phoenix, I think, as a result, gave a very good performance, because there were times I questioned myself, is this a documentary or is this fake? And I think this movie did a good job at that, you know. I mean, plus his music is pretty laughable, and you can't take it seriously, you know, in this movie. And, you know, I just think that, you know, I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, sometimes Phoenix could be a little bit of a complainer, and I think he could be whiny in this movie, but I really enjoyed this movie. And I mean, this movie, I did do research, and people either love it or hate it, so I guess it's no surprise that we're split on it.
This was just a waste of an hour watching this for me. I could have watched something a little more to my taste.
Well, I think
just didn't work for me.
I think that I recommend this movie, but you have to go in there thinking, you know, that this, whether or not this is a movie, this is a real or not. I mean, now it's come out that it's not, but I mean, I think this movie is a good parody and a satire on reality TV and stars that have big egos and stars that are trying to go into something different that's not suited for them and making a fool of themselves, you know. And I also thought it was very interesting that in the movie, celebrities are willing to make fun of their own, like the scene where after the Letterman show, he's getting made fun of on the Academy Awards and those other things. You know, it's interesting that people are willing, that you think are their friends, will go out and make fun of you, like when Ben Stiller made fun of him on the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting. All right, well, that's it for our review of I'm Still Here, and we're split. He says don't waste your time with it. I think it's worth checking out, so thank you very much for watching.